Hey everybody, it is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is a reading for your career for 2024 and what is coming up here in the earlier months of 2024 career-wise for you. And we have three piles to choose from today. Pile number one is represented by the Z for zebra. Pile number two is represented by the owl for O. And pile number three is represented by the E for elephant. And you can go directly to the description box below to find your pile. And I do realize that this spells out the name Zoe or Zoe. And so I just felt like that was the right name to put today. And if anybody watches this reading that has that name, well, welcome to your reading. So let's go ahead and get into it. And as I said, you can find the timestamps below in the description box. And if you're wanting to watch more than one pile, you can certainly go ahead and do that, as there may be multiple messages for you in different piles. So let's go ahead and get into it. My dog is being kind of barky today, so I do apologize. She is having fun. She must see the mailman or something, but let's go ahead and get into it. Okay. Pile number one, welcome to your reading. You chose the zebra, and today's reading is called Career Messages for 2024. We are going to go ahead and get into it, my loves, and let us begin. Okay. Let's do it. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the energy here for pile number one, who comes here with an open heart and an open mind, seeking your guidance. Thank you for allowing me to be the medium in the channel between yourself and pile number one. All right, pile number one, let's go ahead and get some messages out here regarding your 2024 career journey for pile number one, please. For pile number one, please. For 2024. Oh. We want to be a little more careful than that, don't we, pile number one? Let's go ahead and see. Again, sorry for my dog in the background. She's enjoying herself today. Let's go ahead and see. Okay. Alrighty, pile number one, the Wheel of Fortune. I love it. Excelente. Let's go ahead and start with your oracle cards and let's begin. We have innovation. You will need to come up with new strategies to keep your plans in motion. Old ways are outdated. Invent, create, and test new ideas. Very cool. And I love that there's so many wheels on this innovation card. There's like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wheels here for this innovation card. You will need to come up with new strategies to keep your plans in motion, but you are going to be very innovative. We have magic. You have the power now. Use your magic to attract what you want into your life. The sky is the limit. Ooh, I love that. And we have people skills. You have a flair for working well with others. You could be a diplomat, a counselor, a salesperson, or head of a company. And I love it here because this pineapple is wearing sunglasses, which is like really, it's really cute or funny. Perhaps you guys are going to be working on your schmoozing skills, your people skills, and you will be having a flair for working with others in 2024. I also like that you guys picked the zebra because, of course, zebras have such a unique pattern on them and they're so different, but also creative and fascinating. And yeah, so I do like that for you guys. You could be a diplomat, and perhaps you're not a diplomat, pile number one, but perhaps you're very good at negotiating things, or you're very good at bringing people to the table. For those of you that are in sales as well, you could have a very strong year with the Wheel of Fortune representing Jupiter. Yeah, I like it. Pile number one, we have kangaroo and cycle. A 9-month cycle is at play. So where are you in that 9-month cycle? Pile number 1, are you in the middle of it? Are you at the end of it? Are you at the beginning of it? Because you are in a 9-month cycle right now. Your current project will take 9 months to mature and benefit you. Commit fully to it. You have all the strength and stamina you need, as long as you move forward and not backward. And I love this image of the wheel, these multiple wheels on this card, the fact that we have cycles here with the kangaroo, and being in the middle of a 9-month cycle, which is definitely going to carry you into 2024 as the rest of that 9-month cycle kind of plays out in 2024. And I like that you have all the strength and stamina that you need as well, as long as you move forward and not backwards. And I think that's really important with this innovation too, to try new things and to do new things and to push yourself to try new things, because if you don't, you may find yourself like backsliding or falling, maybe not feeling as relevant or backsliding a little bit. And so wanting to do innovative new things and keep it moving forward. All right. And we have here, listen, you are tougher than your toughest day. Pile number 1, you are tougher than your toughest day. And it's going to take a lot more than just a rough day to turn you around or get you to quit. And good thing you have strength and stamina, but it's not to say, and I actually think 2024 is going to be a very lucky year for you guys with Jupiter here in the Wheel of Fortune. I think it's a very, very lucky year, but there's bound to be some tougher days mixed in between there. There's bound to be, especially like with the Wheel of Fortune, there's of course highs and lows. And I do think you guys are on the upward trajectory, and it won't take a lot to keep yourselves on the top and moving forward, as long as you're being innovative and embracing change. We have here, I am kind-hearted. Yeah, and this really goes with your people skills too, because it says you have a flair for working well with others, counselor, salesperson, or head of a company. I am kind-hearted. You certainly are like a different type of a leader, or a different type than, maybe you're a little bit cooler or more fun or just unique or different than some of the people you work with, but you're also highly regarded. I feel pile number 1 where you're at, and you are seen as being very kind-hearted, and being kind-hearted and schmoozing and talking to people, working on your people skills is going to be huge for 2024. You are both open-minded and open-hearted, and your ambition is to leave this world better than you found it. Ensure that your goals are aligned with the collective need, with the highest good of all. Yeah, the collective need. And aligning goals is very much like a Wheel of Fortune type of an energy. Getting aligned with the company, getting aligned if you work for a company or you work for yourself, but getting aligned with a collective need, like what is needed in the collective, and then providing that is going to be a big energy for you guys. We have here, we have manifest. I love that. I mean, the better you guys are with the people around you, and it's not to say to like be inauthentic and be nice when you don't feel like it, but I just feel like, wow, you are going to feel really supportive when you're in that flow, and when what you're doing aligns with the highest good of all, you're able to manifest things in your career in 2024 very quickly. And this 9-month cycle is very interesting to me, because 9 plus 9 is 18. And so this is 18 right here. So there's a 9-month cycle and there's an 18-month cycle. And of course, an 18-month cycle is like a year and a half. And so I find that interesting as well. Over the next 9 months to year and a half, you guys really being innovative and staying on top of the trends is another thing that I'm feeling here, because you don't want to, and if you're feeling creative pressure to like constantly come up with new things, then this is where perhaps working with other people, with the people skills. And also, I love this magic card here. You have the power now. Use your magic to attract what you want in your life. Manifest. The sky is the limit. And for those of you that are like selling a product or an image or something, or for those of you promoting events, or you're doing events, or you're promoting things, your people skills are really, really going to be improved. And I feel like you guys have something way different to offer than perhaps other people do, or you're doing things a little bit differently than other people. That's that zebra kind of creative, different energy. We have Sun in Capricorn and status. Work diligently towards your goals. Pile number 1, okay? And this, I feel like, is going with this, you're tougher than your toughest day. And that you have all the strength and stamina to keep it moving, okay? So work diligently towards your goals. Even if it's like taking a little bit longer, or feels like, oh, as long as you're moving up, as long as you're moving in the right direction, then it becomes, you'll definitely, I feel you guys have in 2024, you're gonna reach some important goal that you've had for yourself in 2024, okay? And it is gonna be a year of working diligently towards your goals and having strength and stamina to move through even those tougher days when you're feeling kind of mixed up and confused. But I do love your people skills, pile number 1. I do love that. And I think people genuinely like you and like your work and like your business, or like you as a person at work. And because of that, good things are coming your way. And that's very true when we talk about Jupiter and like the Wheel of Fortune, because Jupiter is very well liked. Jupiter like makes everyone laugh. Jupiter is very generous as well. Jupiter is known for generosity and for everybody kind of having a good time. So I love that energy with the Wheel of Fortune here. And I love that cycles are coming up for you guys. And even if there is a tough day and it seems like a challenging, tough struggle and you need to have some stamina, I feel like you guys are going to come through this really great. Let's see your messages. We have Princess of Wands. Okay, yeah, very creative, inspiring. 10 of Cups. Hello. Hello. We have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, I am kind-hearted, right? The Queen of Cups, people skills, working with others, being very mature and compassionate and caring towards others, being open-hearted and open-minded, really gets you guys to where you need to go, I feel. And I feel you're going to have fun doing it. Look at this Princess of Wands with the 10 of Cups. I feel you guys are really going to have fun doing it too. When you're being like innovative and you really feel like your magic and your creativity is flowing, damn, pile number 1, okay? And I feel you guys are bringing the good vibes in pile number 1, okay? You guys are bringing good vibes to the career stage, and because of that, people really like being around you. Like, you're fun to be around. You've got a way of making everybody feel welcome, or you've got a way of making everybody feel like they belong. And I feel like you guys are, you're probably with this Queen of Cups too, you're a little maternal or protective over your career, or protective over your projects or the people that you work with, but being a very empathetic listener and being protective towards others. Very nice energy, pile number 1, for this upcoming year. And the Princess of Wands is also able to take a risk, and she's able to do some new innovative things. So I really do like that for the Princess of Wands. So the Princess of Wands is all about action and trying different things. And so that is super cool. And yeah, I think you're going to be real happy with the work that you're doing. And for those of you that are artists, wow, I think you're going to have a phenomenal year. And I see you working hard, Sun in Capricorn, okay? I see you guys working hard. And I do think it's important to set your goals at the beginning of the year. And I don't know if you guys do your New Year's resolutions or things like that, but I do think it's important this year for you guys to really set your goals, write out your things that you want to achieve. I think that that is really, really important in 2024. And if you're already doing that, then cool. Then you're already like on the right path here. Pile number 1, okay? We have the Knight of Wands. Ooh, boy, I like that. We have, oh, the 8 of Wands, a burst of creative potential and possibility, okay? And here's the thing. I also feel that at your work, you guys are kind of, like I said, playing the diplomat role or playing the, playing like the middleman or a little bit of the diplomat role. It's like you guys are becoming Libras for 2024, okay? You're becoming Cancer Libra people for 2024. But I feel like there's, okay, with this Knight of Wands and this Princess of Wands, there's two people. There's two other people you collaborate with or you work with, or maybe they work underneath you because you're coming through as the queen and they're coming as the knight and the princess. But there's something that you guys have been put in charge of. But I also feel that these two people are both very good at what they do. They're both very creative. They're both very inspired, but they may not work that well with each other. And they both may be a little bit impulsive. And so pile number 1, like you've got two really talented people here working with you on something or collaborating with you on something. But I also think that they're kind of independent. They like to do their own thing. This Knight of Wands really wants to get things done quickly and is all about speed, go, this idea, that idea, like let's push it forward now. And I feel like this Princess of Wands is really creative and comes up with really interesting and fascinating ideas, but maybe needs to take things a little bit slower, or maybe is a little bit more emotional about their work and wants to feel validated and seen for their work, where someone else is just like, cut the bullshit, we gotta keep moving here. So I kind of feel that I kind of feel like you guys, and maybe you already know this situation because you've been experiencing it and you're like, yeah, there is two people and they both are very like, they're both very inspired people and they're both very like creative and they both add so much, but they don't, and they're actually a lot alike, but they don't always see eye to eye and they sometimes have different motivations for things. And I feel like your guys' ability to kind of bring two perspectives together or bring two sides of the equation together, or to help these two kind of, because they're both off doing their own thing, but we need to kind of come together. The Queen of Cups is kind of about bringing everyone together like a family, you know, and it's not like if you have to be like a family with the people that you work with, but like that's the Queen of Cups, is she's really about bringing people together. And yeah, so I kind of feel like you guys are like, whoa, like this person comes in and this Knight of Wands comes in and they've got a ton of ideas and they want to implement them right away and they want to do stuff right away. But there's already somebody else who's kind of doing that job and is doing pretty good at it too. So I kind of feel like you guys, this may be where you need to where you need to be the people person and you need to help reconcile the viewpoints. I can also see where you guys, where you're like, I want to see results, action, maybe within yourself too. There's this attitude of, I want to see results now. I'm impatient. Knight of Wands, I'm impatient and I want things to happen now. Yesterday, not 3 months down the road. I want things to happen now. But you're having to slow down and taking a little, with this Sun in Capricorn, I feel you're having to slow down and take it a little bit easy and play the political game a little bit, and instead of maybe just trying to ram an agenda through, really like taking a lighter touch. Do you know what I'm saying, pile number one? And maybe you've already been doing that. Maybe you already have been taking a lighter touch, or you've been going with the flow a lot more. But I do see you guys kind of in this needing to be an empathetic listener, needing to tell, you guys might need to tell somebody to hold their horses or settle down with something, or I appreciate your ambition, but you do need to slow down a little bit, or you do need to be a little bit more careful. So perhaps maybe you guys will have that type of a discussion as well. But if you yourself feel that you're getting impatient for results, maybe it's time to step back and ask yourself, do I really love what I'm doing? Page of Wands, 10 of Cups. Do I really like and enjoy and love what I'm doing? Or am I just trying to like go quickly or finish something too fast or ram an agenda through? Which you guys don't really seem like people to me that would like ram an agenda through. So that's why I'm saying maybe you have people like that at work. And this whole thing of you're tougher than your toughest day just shows me, because you are going to feel very sensitive. I feel in 2024, like very sensitive to the energy and how people are getting along at work and how things are flowing. I would say take really good care of yourself too, and make sure you're resting and taking it easy and not feeling overwhelmed and that you have to jump on something immediately, okay? With the Sun in Capricorn, like slow and steady wins the race. It doesn't have to be something that's so like hurried, okay? Just kind of flow with the energy. And because you are gonna be feeling kind of sensitive, I would try your best not to take things personally with people and not let them affect your emotions a whole lot. I do feel that people are going to be very attracted to your energy and plugged into your energy, but they may be relying on you a lot, like emotionally, and to kind of feel better about themselves and the work that they're doing, and that may get a little exhausting. And the pace is very quick. I feel like some days it just seems very overwhelming with the 8 of Wands and Knight of Wands. It's exciting. Don't get me wrong, but it's a little overwhelming. So, and maybe there's some personalities that are a little overwhelming or a little too much, but I feel like you're going to be in a really good position to kind of help two perspectives come together, or kind of negotiate a good sense of balance and flow, like around the people you work with or in your own work. Okay, pile number one, that is what I am getting for you, my loves. I hope that reading resonated for you. And I'd love to hear your thoughts, your comments, and your feedback if you have some thoughts or comments on that career reading. Thank you so much, pile number one, and take care, my lovelies. Let's move on to pile number two. Okay. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the owl, and today's reading is career messages for 2024. Pile number two, let's go ahead and get into it. It's straight up 4 o'clock in your reading. I do like the number 4 for a career reading. Nice and solid energy. let's go ahead and get into it. And we're gonna, first of all, get your tarot messages out, and then we will move on to the oracle. Okay. So let's go ahead and see what are the messages. Ooh, 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 ooh. All over the place. I love this Modern Witch tarot deck, but it's a little hard to shuffle. I don't know if you guys who have it, if you know what I mean, but the card stock is a little hard to shuffle. But anyway, let's go ahead. I'm complaining, pile number 2. Just kidding. Anyway, let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and see. I'm a whiny little baby, pile number 2. No, just kidding. Let's go ahead and hopefully nobody's dealing with any whiny little babies in 2024, but let's go ahead and see. Okay. 3, 4, 5. Knight of Pentacles. I like it. Strong, mature, stable, learning a skill that you guys become really diligent and really good at as well. Pile number 2, okay? Learning it, for those of you that want to learn like a trade skill or a practical skill, I do feel like, wow, 2024 could be a really nice year for that. Let's see. We have here brilliance. You discover your own genius by breaking away from the grind to follow your own inspiration. Your ideas bring recognition. Oh my God, and look at this light bulb is plugging some electricity into the wall, okay? So perhaps we have some people who work in electronics or people who work in, electricity or work with utilities or electricity or electricians. But definitely that thought of a bright idea or something really, a really cool, new, fascinating, interesting, bright idea coming to you guys here. We have your ideas are bringing recognition. We have here, I feel like you guys could come up with a new process or come up with something that makes everything easier. And perhaps you're feeling kind of inventive in 2024. And I do feel like your ideas could bring recognition and perhaps increases in pay as well. We have investment, invest in your education. Oh, that's so funny because I mentioned like trade skills or learning a new skill. Invest in your education and make some big plans for the future. Take calculated risks, but save something to fall back on. Yeah, that's definitely the Knight of Pentacles, is investing in one's education, making plans for the future, being very calculated, but making sure that you're like staying very practical with your money and saving your money and not being somewhat conservative with your money and not just using your money wisely. Like investing into learning new skills is something that would be a great idea for you guys. And perhaps some of you are having some really brilliant investment ideas, or you're thinking about making some investments in 2024, or you'd like to start investing in 2024. It looks really good for you guys, pile number 2. We have prickly situation. You need both tact and diplomacy to reach your goals. The struggle is worth the prize. Work around the issue and use a gentle touch. Okay, so if you're running into some type of a prickly situation, perhaps somebody, like a customer, is unhappy with something, or you guys, I kind of feel like if you do run into, I feel you guys are doing a really good job, but there's always things that come up, right? Where somebody could be unhappy with something or not like the work, and then you have to deal with a frustrated customer or a frustrated client. And I feel like you guys are going to be handling difficult, prickly situations with tact and diplomacy and maturity with the Knight of Pentacles. But the struggle is worth the prize, and work around the issue. If there's something that comes up that's causing an issue, work around it and do your best to fix it. and use a gentle touch, okay? So if somebody's aggravated with you or getting aggro about something, it helps not to really have a reaction, don't really respond, just kind of, and I feel like you guys are doing really good work, or you are doing very strong. For those of you that are like in support roles as well, I feel you're doing very, very strong work, but you may be kind of annoyed because I do feel your work is like very consistent, and it's very much like focused and consistent, but there's always those one or two people that are not happy. You guys know what I mean, that are not happy. Remember at the beginning of your guys' reading when I was complaining and acting like a whiny baby, like, you know, maybe there are people that sometimes act that way, and I think you guys like being able to handle those situations and work around them and not let them like get to you too much is going to really serve you well in 2024, I feel. Because there's always those people that's like, no matter how perfect of a job you do or how much you try to help them, they're not going to be happy with the work that's done. But I also feel like no one can really poke holes in your work or your jobs or your efforts, because you do such a thorough, consistent, you have such a thorough, consistent approach to what you're doing. And I also feel like you guys have been trained really well. For those of you investing in your education and taking a calculated risk, I feel like you're going to be highly trained very well, I feel. So if somebody doesn't like your work or gets irritated, it's like, okay, like, I'm not going to get overly emotional about it. What can I do to fix the problem, and how can we work this out, and leave it at that. Pile number 2, okay? We have Peacock and self-love. Yeah, with the Knight of Pentacles, maybe sometimes it's being a little hard on yourself or being kind of perfectionistic at times. And so the self-love aspect is very good here. You will find great power in focusing on the positive aspects of yourself and your performance, that which makes you indefinably unique and beautiful. There are deep wells of untapped inner power in letting go of the negative self-talk. And if people are being very negative, if you have somebody who acts negative towards you, don't let them affect your self-esteem, pile number 2, because you really are very dedicated and very knowledgeable and strong in what you do. And I mean, beyond just what you do in life anyway, you are a valuable person. And you have, it says here, deep wells of untapped inner power. So don't, if there is negative self-talk, or sometimes you're complaining or you're feeling complainy or other people are complaining, it is definitely time to get away from that energy, I feel, pile number 2, and focus on the positive aspects of what you're doing well and what you're doing right, because there's plenty that you're doing well and doing right. I love it. This is the Listen Bitch deck, and it says, listen bitch, don't let any motherfucker disturb your peace. Absolutely. Do not let any of them disturb your peace. Don't let anybody, maybe for some of you, it's a manager who sometimes is irritating, or nothing's ever good enough for them, or a customer who really gets under your skin. Just don't let anybody disturb your peace, because this is a really strong year for you guys as far as focus, and it is important, you know, the 9 of Pentacles is definitely dedicated, focused, consistent, and on a grind. But it says here, like, breaking away from the grind and allowing your own inspiration to flow brings you like recognition for your new ideas. So you do want to have that time too as well to kind of brainstorm and come up with new ideas. And definitely don't let anybody disturb your peace. We have here 31, card 31, I am disciplined. I like it, pile number 2. I love a really disciplined person. Let's all get our whips out and crack them. discipline. Your approach to life is an effective mix of both practicality and imagination. Your mind is stirring with creative ideas, and you have the organizational skills to manifest them into life. I am disciplined. Yes, you are. Good for you. Pile number 2. I love that. And the Knight of Pentacles in the Tarot is the airy part of Earth. And so I love that idea of imagination and practicality. Like, your ideas are very practical. They're very good. You follow through on what you're going to say you're going to do. And there's no holes in what you're doing. No one can really poke holes at it. People may still try, pile number 2, but it doesn't mean you're going to like fall for it. Okay. Because being disciplined isn't just about, getting up, getting to work at the same time every day, showing up on time, all the things that we need to do, right? But it's also about like not overacting to things, not overreacting to things emotionally, and not letting things get under your skin. We have the Void. Wow. Yeah, and this is coming out under this prickly situation, and it's just sometimes if we let ourselves go into that energy or go into that negative self-talk or go into that, we can kind of like get swallowed up in it. And some people's are just a black hole of needs, and there's nothing you can really do to satisfy or fulfill their needs. There's just like, there's nothing that really can be done. And I feel like 2024 is also a year when it's a good idea to maybe cut your losses in a situation. And I'm not saying like quitting your job or something like that, because I actually feel like you guys are going to be either keeping your job, Knight of Pentacles, consistent, or finding a consistent energy or job in 2024. But I do feel like around on this path, you may run into some people that just can't be pleased. They just can't, they're just not consolable, and that's fine. Like, they can be that way. They're not going to pull you down with them though, pile number 2. They're not going to pull you into their void. Okay. And the struggle, and sometimes in the void, we can feel like, is this even worth it? Is this like, is what I'm doing, does it even matter? Is this even worth it? And we can really start feeling some of those like self-doubts, or just feeling like an existential crisis is coming on, that type of energy. And if you find yourself getting wrapped up in that, it's probably because you were dealing with a shitty person whose energy just kind of made you feel like shit. And if that happened, then just, cut the ties, cleanse yourself, ring a bell, spray some Florida water, whatever you need to do, but just flush it out of your energy field. Okay. And we have here discovery, freedom and adventure, moon in Sagittarius, and discovery. I like that. I feel you guys are going to be discovering some skills that you're really good at, or you're going to be learning something new or investing in something new. And you're like, damn, like, I can't believe I kind of like discovered something new. And this also tells me too, like, I feel you guys are finding things that you're good at, or you're discovering new things that you're good at, but you also may be towards the end of 2024 or the middle of 2024, you guys may start to feel kind of bored, okay? Because the Knight of Pentacles, I like it, but it also could maybe get a little bit boring, like the same thing every day, doing the same thing every day. And this is where, like, coming up with new, it says breaking away from the grind to follow your own inspiration. Your ideas bring recognition. Okay, so having something that is exciting and fun, or traveling, or taking a break to do something fun, exploring your options. I feel like this may be something that you guys are thinking about. in 2024, like maybe thinking about exploring your options, or what else you could do that would be kind of fun or different. And maybe some of you even exploring the idea of like moving or traveling or going somewhere different as well. And you may feel like with this void here, you may feel like, yeah, this is consistent, or yeah, this is like financially stable work, and yeah, I'm good at it, but I kind of feel like dead inside, or I kind of feel like not really turned on by something anymore. And so perhaps in 2024, you may start exploring some other options, or a different employer, or you may just need some time off, or you may just need a break to go do something fun. And yeah, some time for freedom and adventure and discovery and enjoyment as well. Something that piques your curiosity. Pile number 2. We have the Queen of Cups. Interesting, she came up in pile number 1 as well. We have the 9 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups. We have the 5 of Cups. And okay, we've got the 3 of Swords. Don't let any motherfucker disturb your peace. The 3 of Swords. Okay, and again, you are Queen of Cups. You are very sensitive, and you do take your work very seriously. And when you love what you do, you put everything you have into it. Pile number 2, like you really, really do care. And was there something about a gentle, actually I think, yeah, a gentle touch. You need both tact and diplomacy to reach your goals. The struggle is worth the prize. Work around the issue and use a gentle touch. And that's the Queen of Cups, like really using a gentle touch. And the whole thing about saving your money, taking calculated risks, but save something to fall back on. This is very much the 9 of Pentacles, of saving and having healthy monetary habits, and using a gentle touch in situations that are a little, but I feel like that's you guys anyway. You are very gentle with the way you do things and caring with others, and maybe too generous sometimes to a fault with other people. Maybe like for those of you that have kids, or for those of you that like borrow money to people a lot, or you spend a lot on other people and things like that, because you are very caring. I feel like in this coming year, it's important to save your money. It's important to, like, I know you're generous and caring, but I think it's also important for you to save and to like not give too much to other people at this time. Pile number 2, okay? If you have young kids, I know that's not the same thing, but for those of you that are like helping a lot of people out, or maybe you're helping out a lover or a family member or something, you may need to be more a little bit more tight with the purse strings, and not quite as giving about things, which is fine. That's okay. I feel like you guys you have a very gentle touch. You're very caring with people. You're not going to be mean about it. You just need to be like making sure that you've got what you need, is what I'm seeing. Pile number 2, okay? And actually, I feel like you guys are very successful at saving money in 2024 with this 9 of Pentacles. And the 9 of Pentacles in the tarot is the Lord of material gain. And I feel like you do save your money, or you do a good job with that. But with the 7 of Cups, you may be like, well, what do I do with it? Like, do I invest it? Do I make this big purchase? Do I go on a trip? Maybe you're not too sure like what kind of investment you want to make, or maybe you're thinking, I want to take some of this money, I want to save the majority of it, but then take some of it to invest in something new and learning something new or trying something new, but you're also kind of uncertain on if you'd really like it or if that's really the direction you want to go in. But I actually feel like there's a situation that happens that's kind of heinous in a way, or it's just a bad moment, or you're like, I feel there's some type of icky situation that comes about that actually kind of causes you to maybe, I don't want to say check out pile number 2, because I feel you're very like emotionally invested and psychically, emotionally, and sensitive and invested into what you're doing. But there may be a situation that happens where it kind of causes you to check out a little bit, or it's so negative, or just, and I'm not saying that to be scaring you guys, but I just feel like it's a situation where you're like, I'm not gonna, like, this is not what I want, or this is, and it's kind of like this rough situation here, pile number 2, that forces you guys to go explore other options, or it forces you guys to try something new. It forces you guys, because you're like, this sucks. Like, I'm not gonna keep, like, I kind of feel like something icky happens, and then it all of a sudden, like, I got to explore other options, or I got to try something else. And it may actually be what prompts you to like invest in your education, or make a different plan, or take a calculated risk, or take a leave of absence. Like, it may be that you're just like, yeah, this peacock with self-love. It's like, I'm not going to let somebody, because peacocks can actually be very aggressive when they're pissed off, for sure. And it's funny, when I was doing, I actually did a reading on peacocks on this channel. If you go to my, playlist and find like animal spirit readings, I did the peacock. Maybe you guys should listen to that to help prepare you for the upcoming 2024. But peacocks can actually get really pissed off if they are treated badly or disrespected. And so I kind of feel like, yeah, you guys, there's maybe just one day or just a few weeks or something that just really suck, and you're like, this blows, I'm not taking this anymore, like, this is BS. And so you go and you start exploring other options. And this may happen with this 3 of Swords. This may happen, I kind of feel like this may happen near the end of 2024, in the last like 3 months of 2024, that you're like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I'm not going to let these people destroy my happiness or destroy my peace or my mental health. No job is worth that. I'm going to go ahead and explore some other options. I'm going to go ahead and try something different. I'm not going to, like, I'm going to pick an option and go for it. And so I think that's cool, actually, pile number 2, even though like icky, prickly situations can sometimes make us feel really like, I don't know what to do. I fell into this void. I'm not sure what I want. 7 of Cups, right? But I kind of feel like sometimes when situations get to that icky level, it's like, yeah, no, I'm not really gonna take that anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and look for something new, or I'm gonna basically explore my options, is what I feel. And I feel like you guys are pleasantly surprised exploring your options, and you make a really cool discovery, or you find out like, oh, I'm a lot further along than I thought I was, or actually I'm enjoying myself now more, like, this is fun. And it does say that you're taking calculated risks in 2024, but you're also being very disciplined and mature with your money, which I definitely appreciate. So pile number 2, do not let any motherfucker disturb your peace in 2024. And if you feel like disappearing into the void and going off on your own adventure for some self-discovery, I don't blame you. Just be careful with your money and be smart with your money is all I would say, pile number 2. That is what I have for you, my friends. I would love to hear any comments, thoughts, or feedback that you have on that reading, my darlings. And thank you so much for being here. Take care now. Let's move on to pile number 3. Okay. Let's do it. Alrighty then. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the elephant, and today's reading is a career reading for 2024, helping you guys get prepared as we move into 2024. Let's go ahead and get into your reading and ask what messages, whoop, oh my goodness, oh, flying everywhere. Wow. All right. That was Judgment and the Knight of Swords that fell out there, pile number 3, but cards have been flying a little bit today. Let's go ahead and see for 2024, what is the career message for pile number 3 that they need to hear? Spirit, what's their 2024 career message that they need to hear at this time? Okay. Okay, and we've got the 2 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck with balance. Let's go ahead and see what your oracle messages are to start with here, okay? And perhaps with this 2 of Pentacles, maybe some of you have 2 jobs in 2024, or you're trying to do 2 different things, and there's a lot of juggling, and there's a lot of details and changes, but I don't feel like it's insane out of control. I feel like it's kind of organized chaos. Let's go ahead and get into it, pile number 3. We have here long-term. An opportunity could turn into a long-term career move, or you will be asked to commit to a position in exchange for more money. Oh my gosh, pile number 3. And I love the 2 rings there, like the 2 diamond rings, an opportunity for a long-term commitment in your career. And it's just funny that they have the 2 rings. Maybe you guys are interested in meeting someone in 2024 as well, but just something that you kind of pick up on the side could actually turn into a long-term career move for you guys, okay? And we have here short-term. Oh my God, that is so crazy. Short-term and long-term. This position is temporary, so don't be too attached to it. No worries, you will find something that's even more fulfilling and prosperous. And that's why I said maybe you guys have 2 things going on, or you're going to be switching jobs in 2024. But that's really interesting, and maybe you guys are going to be a little like, is this short term? Is this long term? Like, what is this? And I kind of feel like you guys are having a backup plan in 2024 because it's a really smart thing to do right now to have a backup plan. So I like that you're doing that. We have here journey. Wow. You may move to a new place for work or travel for work. How exciting. Exploring the world gives you the experience you need to succeed. How cool. Pile number 3. Okay, so maybe some of you start traveling. Maybe you do some short-term traveling for a job, or you do some travel here and there. Okay, and perhaps you're asked to commit to a role in a different place, or your company wants to transfer you, or you are thinking about transferring somewhere. But let's see, we've got the tiger. Oh, I love it. Patience. You are being reminded that persistence is what's necessary to attain your goals. You need to be patient and trust that the universe will help you through your challenges in divine timing. Success is guaranteed, okay? Being a little bit patient with the journey, okay? Exploring the world, going to different places, seeing different things. That's so crazy though, short-term and long-term. Maybe you guys have a short-term position and then it turns long-term where you're doing something short-term, but then you move on to something more long-term. But that's a lot of stuff, you know, that's a lot of back and forthing, especially if you're traveling for work too. That can be quite a bit there. The things that you say to yourself matter. Be kind. Oh, I love that. The things that you say to yourself matter. So be kind with yourself. And maybe you're like, well, I should be farther along than other people, or I don't like where my resume is at, or if I didn't have kids, I might be further along, or if I didn't take time off of work to travel or something, I would be farther along, or this is taking longer than maybe some other people like my own age. So maybe some of you are kind of having those thoughts come up every once in a while, but the things that you say to yourself matter, pile number 3. So be kind with yourself and be patient with your journey is also what's coming up. Oh, wow. We have 000, 000. I am a creator. Wow. You are one with the creator, and there are no limits to what you can achieve. You have the ability to create something new and incredible in your lifetime here on earth. You are a creator. And perhaps some of you are actually content creators, or you do some creative work, and maybe you've gotten some short-term work in that area. Especially for those folks out there. I mean, I know not everyone's an influencer, but somebody who's online or an influencer, maybe you got some short-term deals or things like that. But that's really interesting because you are one with the creator, and there are no limits to what you can achieve. You have the ability to create something new. Okay, I like that. I like that. And actually, for those of you that are doing side hustles with this 2 of Pentacles here, and you've got like a short-term job, but then a side hustle that you're doing, I do think that, you know, balancing those energies out and staying on top of things, like that can definitely be sometimes quite a balancing act with this 2 of Pentacles and balance here. But I feel like this situation that you're in is kind of like a short-term situation, in that you're not going to have to be in that situation for forever. Like it will change is what I feel. We have dare to dream. Wow. An opportunity could turn into a long-term career move, or you will be asked to commit to a position in exchange for more money. Dare to dream. I love that. Oh my gosh. Okay, now pile number 3. We have Sun in Leo. Enjoy a time of celebration and success for your dreams, okay? And for your patience and for your creativity. Of course, the Sun in Leo is about being in the spotlight, and it is about being extremely creative. It's about getting a lot of attention. It's about achieving honors and rewards for what you're doing, and a time of celebration and success. Wow. Okay. An opportunity could turn into a long-term career move, or you could be asked to commit to a position in exchange for more money. Hey now, that's something to celebrate, isn't it? Pile number 3. Wow. Okay. And a time of celebration and success. Very nice. And perhaps during Leo season of next year, like Leo season will be end of July through like August 20th, August 19th or so. So like from, I think it's, what is it, Leo season, July 22nd to August 20th, I believe. I always sometimes the days on the beginning and the end. But pile number 3, maybe you guys are going to be having some lucky time at that time as it relates to your career, okay? Or perhaps you go on a trip, or you go on some really cool work trip, or you're exploring opportunities in new places, and it's like, wow, this is really cool. I love that. Very nice. And of course, the Sun is the creator of the universe and the whole reason why all of us are here. So you're entering into like a time where your work is going to be showcased. You're going to be the center of attention. You'll be having the light shining on you, pile number 3. So that is very interesting. In the meantime, be kind to yourself, and the things that you say to yourself matter, okay? And be patient and try not to compare where you're at to where other people are at right now, because you're doing something special, pile number 3. And with the sun in Leo, I feel 2024 is going to be a very special year for you guys and for like the special things that you want to do. We have the 4 of Cups, distraction. We have Page of Swords, education. Okay, we have the 5 of Pentacles, insecurity. We have the 8 of Wands in speed. Okay, and we have, oh, there's the Knight of Swords that wanted to pop up earlier. And we have the Knight of Swords, and it says drama, but that's, I don't know. I don't know that I would always call the Knight of Swords drama, but okay, maybe a little long-winded, but anyway. Okay, so pile number 3, if some of you are feeling insecure or feeling badly or feeling upset because you had to like leave school, or because you didn't finish your education the way you wanted it to, or you feel like when you were trying to study and you were trying to go to school, that there was a lot of distractions going on in your life. Money was really tight, okay? 5 of Pentacles, maybe you were not very happy. 4 of Cups, and you were having some distractions like emotionally, maybe at the time when you were trying to study or trying to learn something new, you weren't in the best space mentally, or you weren't in a space to appreciate what you were learning because of what you were going through. And perhaps some of you have, like because of that, maybe it's been a little bit hard to commit to things career-wise. Like maybe some of your career projects or career things have been short-term at times, or you've done things for like a little bit, but then lost interest in it, or there was some other things that were happening in your life financially or emotionally that caused you to kind of lose focus on, you know, your career or your learning at the time. And now you feel like you're kind of making up for lost time, or that you're really wanting to push hard now. 8 of Wands and speed, like you're really wanting to move things quickly now. And the thing about it, pile number 3, is I feel like you guys have, like, you pick up on things really quickly. You actually have like a very high learning curve, like in a good way. Like you pick things up right away and it's like, okay, I get it. And I don't know if that's, well, let me think about that. Is that high or low? A low learning curve. Is a high or a low learning curve better? Okay, maybe it's better to have a low one. Anyway, pile number 3, I don't know why I can't think of, sometimes when I'm channeling, I can't think of the most basic things. But anyway, I feel like you guys, you do catch on quickly. You do learn things quickly. Perhaps some of you with the Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords, maybe sometimes you have dealt with like a little bit of ADD, or maybe you had some learning challenges along the way too. But I feel like when you're actually like doing something and involved in it and actually doing it day to day to day, it's like you do pick up on things very quickly. And maybe you're a person that learns when you like put your hands on it, or when you see it, or when you're actually doing it. And yeah, and I feel like another thing is at jobs, like being bored or doing the same thing all the time, that isn't really for you guys either. You know, pile number 3, I feel like you don't really like to, like the Nine of Swords has like a ton of interests and is like maybe some very mentally stimulated, maybe sometimes a little overly mentally stimulated, like need more coffee, want to do 1,000 things, right? But at the same time, the Knight of Swords has a very low tolerance for boredom. So, and the 8 of Wands is like very active and moving around and doing a lot of stuff. So I kind of feel like if you guys are just in the same spot for a long time, like you get restless or you get bored or you don't really like that, But I also feel like you guys, like when you actually start working at a job and doing it, you're a very quick study. That's a better way to say it. Like you are a very quick study on like a hands-on approach is what I feel. And perhaps school was very difficult or irritating or agitating. And perhaps sometimes, like this says, the things that you say to yourself matter, be kind. Maybe sometimes you got very frustrated with yourself about that, or you got very annoyed with yourself because you're like, like, why can't I just finish this? Or why can't I, that type of thing. And maybe it was important for you at that time in your life to be very patient with yourself because of the things that were happening around you. And perhaps maybe, like I said, there was a money shortage, a time shortage. Perhaps you felt ill, or you mentally weren't in the best place. Or you had family responsibilities with the Four of Cups representing the moon in Cancer. Perhaps you had family responsibilities to attend to and you needed to stay back and make money for that. And it's just been hard to kind of catch up from that and get ahead. And so perhaps some of you have had some little short-term jobs here and there that were just irritating and a distraction, and they didn't really, and maybe it kind of made you feel kind of bad sometimes, pile number 3. But honestly, I feel like, things are taking off and they are going to get so much better. And I actually feel like you're a person that could handle doing a couple things at one time. And most people don't have the ability to do that. But I kind of feel like you guys get bored easily. So you kind of need to have, like I said, multiple stimulation, things going on. And I do feel like you like learning. I do. And I feel like the speed at which you learn things is definitely increasing. And this whole journey as well, like the 8 of Wands is very much a positive card for travel, and the Knight of Swords for like learning about new places and wanting to travel. But perhaps with the 5 of Pentacles, the money wasn't always there for you in the past to travel and learn new things and go places. But I kind of feel like perhaps some of you are getting a job where you, or you go to visit a place and you're like, damn, I like this place a lot and I feel there's a lot of opportunity here and I want to explore that. And yeah, I like that. I actually like that. And perhaps sometimes you guys put a lot of pressure on yourself to like go faster and do more, but you really have to be patient with yourself. You are being reminded that persistence is what's necessary to attain your goals. You need to be patient and trust that the universe will help you through your challenges in divine timing. Success is guaranteed. Yeah. So in the meantime, being very kind to yourself, self-forgiving, self-soothing. Like if things have been overwhelming and you have been feeling kind of bad, just know, pile number 3, like you are going to find your way into a long-term situation that's more balanced, and you're going to like, I also feel some of you have a destiny to like have your creative work out there or to somehow be the center of stage. Maybe some of you like acting or writing, or you like you are very creative and you do have some really like out there ideas or cool things that you would like to explore or do. And you are very creative, pile number 3, for sure. And you're also being encouraged to like really enjoy that about yourself and really be proud of yourself for your creativity, and not just like in coming up with cool stories or acting or whatever it is that you like to do creatively, but also like you're very creative at finding ways to make things work even in challenging situations. And that's a really important skill to have in the workplace and in your career, is to be able to be like come up with different unique solutions. And the Knight of Swords is also like very into technology, so perhaps you guys are going to be using technology in some type of way to explore new things or travel or try different things, or you will be learning more about technology. Or maybe perhaps maybe some of you are wanting to work while you're on the road, or you're being kind of like a digital nomad. Maybe some of you would be very into that type of life as well. I could see you doing that, pile number 3. I really, really could. And I do feel like a big dream is coming through for you guys in 2024. A time of celebration and success. Maybe you would like to go be a digital nomad someplace where it's sunny and fun, and you never get bored with your surroundings, and it's always a new adventure. Perhaps some of you are wanting to learn about the travel industry in general, or you're wanting to learn about being in the travel industry in some type of a way, or working from different locations in a travel industry, with this 8 of Wands representing Mercury and Sagittarius, okay? And the speed of being able to travel, and of course, you know, the World Wide Web, and we can work anywhere these days. And perhaps some of you are really looking for a cool, unique opportunity that has to do with that. And I really feel something cool and exciting. And maybe it's a short-term thing at first, and you're really excited about it. Look at all the lights and excitement, but then it becomes like more of a long-term thing here. Okay, but ultimately, I feel like you guys have some big dreams outside of being an employee for some other company that you would like to do on your own. And if you are working towards that, and you're creating and you're doing things, and you want to do stuff online, or you want to travel or vlog or do anything like that, like if your lifestyle allows it, pile number 3, freaking go for it, my friends. And yeah. I kind of wish I would have, I mean, sometimes I want to be like doesn't everyone want to be a digital nomad? My goodness, like that seems like so much fun. Like just working from any location, like it seems pretty fun, but you'd have to be like, I don't know, maybe as we get older, it's maybe a little bit tougher, because it's like, well, I want to be where I'm home and I'm safe, versus like when we're young and we're just kind of, I'm thinking about when I was younger and if I would have liked to do that when I was younger. But anyway, pile number 3, that is what I am getting for you, my loves. I hope that you enjoyed this reading, and I'd love to hear your thoughts, your comments, and your feedback. Take care, everybody, and many blessings.